Hello, welcome back to BlenderSushi Live Noding. Today I'm gonna continue on with the explorations of text effects, but I'm not gonna look at this text effects add-on examples too much. I'm gonna do something that's a little bit more colorful. Um, Probably I'm gonna show a little bit of rotations effects, rotation wiggle, but I think I will show you a little bit few tricks that you can do with text. Let's just close Firefox. Oops, what happened there? All right, let's jump into animation nodes. It's funny that I play around with the text in using animation nodes, and then when we're dealing with objects, just like 3D objects like that, it's kind of different compared to dealing with a text, because text object is kind of quite special. Kind of when you're dealing with curve or particles, text object is special because it has a lot of attributes you can animate to create effects. Even though you might not realize it, you can do offset and then maybe play around with the letter spacing, all kind of effects that's you might find useful when playing with text. Well, anyway, let's start playing with text. Like I said, I'm gonna do something that's a little bit more colorful today. So I'm gonna give some colors to the text. Create a new node 3. We already know that we can separate the text, and let's try to do that. Turn off the always and turn this 3 instead. 3 change, frame change. Okay, this is AN text effects 2 version 1. Alright, so what can we do with text? In order to animate each and every character, we're gonna separate them into different objects. That's the first thing to do. Maybe turn it into mesh, origin to geometry. This time I'm gonna use some material, and let's source the text object, and let's edit the material a little bit. So currently it's just white. We can give it a color, doesn't matter. I'm gonna turn on object color so that we have easily to visualize this guy by just changing the color, and it's gonna apply to each and every character. Okay, I will also show you one more thing. This way with text. This is a good kind of workflow when you're working with text in animation nodes. There is this object output, and this object output can kind of connect these two together, because currently they are kind of separate. So this node is kind of like it does its own thing. It doesn't have any input, so it's kind of okay. I'm gonna separate objects. It's kind of like a once-off thing you do before you start animating the text. So in order for this to work together, let's say because if I just hit update now and then let's say I want to change the text, I need to go inside the outliner like that, find the original text, turn it on, and then change it to something else. Animation, and then update it. I have to do that each time, and it's gonna go back to invisible again. So I think a good idea is to select that original text and then just source it here, text output, text object output, and then now if we turn on that guy and then the text, we can say hello and then update. It's gonna be it's gonna update the text. So that's really good idea there. Save this file, save as. So what can we do with this guy? There's and also this text object output has lots of keyable text attributes, and you can play with. So I think it has font as well. Yeah, a lot of things you can animate that way. Okay, where should I start now? Okay, object color, but in the text context. Okay, let's have a look. After we hit update, this we have each and separate character as an object, so we can animate it whatever we like. But there's something fun that you can do that maybe not many animators play around with, but it's actually the color. The color is really important for me anyway, because it's always more interesting to see color animating. Object attribute output. Let's see, and then we're gonna we're gonna source the object, which is our font, our character text here, and we're gonna type in color. This will drive the object color for each of this guy. Where's object color? That one. Okay, you can have different color for each. Okay, but you can control it using animation nodes. Color value has the wrong type, so yeah, this value needs to be RGB. I don't know if it takes vector input. I can't remember. We do this few times. No, but let's try combine color. Let's save this real quick. Well, save as again. I save a lot. Okay, for instead of using RGB, we can use HSV. Now, I just realized this. We have HSV inside animation nodes, and that's really handy. Saturation value 1:1, alpha 1. Just plug it in, and we have red because it's a hue 0, but we can quickly change the color and animate it, right? And any value, anything that's a number inside animation nodes can be controlled, can be animated. So even a frame, plug the frame into the hue, and you have like this, like a rainbow. The color will go in the spectrum, like from red to orange to yellow, and so on until it goes back to red. So it's the basic stuff. Yep. So a value inside any value, I mean whatever value we change here will affect the resulting color. Okay, that's cool. What else can I show you? Okay, how to colorize each and every object. You of course, you know, you can have like random value. If I have if you create random value and plug it into the hue, you know, you're gonna get a random color, random number between 0 and 1. Just plug it into the hue and plug the index into the seed, and we should have random color. Alright, that's also like can be an interesting animated text with a random color. That's really cool. Colorful. Let's say we have like text. Let's say colorful. Update. See how streamlined now everything is. Colorful, and then we can just now have a. Have you tried? Okay, maybe let's make like a rainbow kind of color. With a rainbow color, we only need to kind of because we're using HSV. HSV value goes from 0.0 to 1, and then that's gonna go through the spectrum. So once again, let's do that. I want to show you this mathematical trick. So with loop input, right, the index will start from 0 and then goes all the way to the last index, the total number of the objects. Let me say it again. Let's say we have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8. So the index will go from 0 to the last number, the total number minus 1, 0 to 7. And the iterations will always be, I think the last number, or actually the total. Let's just have a look. Debug. Let's do a debug loop. The index is I need to turn on always, so 0 to 7, while the iterations is like 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. So 8, it's the total number. So by using the number together, we can have value that goes from 0 to 1. Math. Let's just plug in the index there, and then iteration is the total. It's actually 8 in this case, and we plug it in to make this divide and plug the result into the hue, and then we have like a rainbow color right there. Let's turn off the relationship lines. Okay, so that's useful, very, very useful. And then if you offset this guy using frame, use math, add looks like it's not doing anything. Maybe the frame is too big. Let's multiply it by 0.1. This multiply by 0.1 and goes into there. So it's like now rainbow color. Very, very cool. And we can update it. I think the effect is pretty much interactive. I'll save it just in case Blender crashes, but it shouldn't. So if we have like a little bit of extrusion and change the text into rainbow and then update it, see, that's really awesome. Update it. Okay, that's cool. It's almost like in like a neon show. In fact, you can, if I am not wrong, you can actually use curve. Let's update it so it's become a curve. With a curve, we really don't want extrusions. Let's update it so with a curve, you can turn this into 3D and extrude it that way. Cool. So that's another possibility. It's it says curve object maybe I can do it here. Depth. Just thinking. Bevel depth and extrude. So I'm using extrude and then bevel depth, but the shape needs to be 3D. I don't think we have that option here. Don't worry about that. Then size of. Don't worry about that. Let's go back to mesh. Update. Extrude it a little bit. Okay. Still have the rainbow. Maybe we could. Okay, that's too much of extrusion. Maybe just 0.3. Update and update the color. Let's add a little bit of wiggle so it's a little bit more interesting. Object transform output, and wiggle this guy so object goes in there. With the wiggle we have Euler wiggle, very handy indeed. Seed index goes into the seed, evolutions is for the time, frame goes in there. Now, so increase the speed to 5 maybe. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. We can also randomize the scale. Scale. Let's map range, and then have like a random value, random number, plug into the index. This gonna generate random value between 0 and 1, and the output goes there. And here we can control the new minimum and new maximum. So I always do that. And yes, that's too big. And we can update the text. Animation is fun. Okay. Yep, animation is fun. Blender sushi. Okay, Blender sushi. And this is a random wiggle and random size of text. On top of that, we can mix. We can add noise. We learned about noise already, and we can use noise together with a random scale. In fact, we can also add noise into the color. We're gonna get a interesting color that kind of more, instead of random, instead of rainbow, noise is kind of very natural, changing color between white and black. It's kind of noise is kind of like the magic numbers you can use, and it makes everything more natural. So Blender Sushi, this is rainbow, and I was gonna do the noise thing. Noise is actually wiggle. Vector wiggle. Yeah, so if we do a vector wiggle and kind of mix this guy together, vector math, snap absolute scale normalize. Maybe we have actually the real mixer is the vector mix vector. Yes, there are so many options actually here. So this is the random scale and this is the random vector wiggle. We can mix the two 0.5 by 0.5s and then resulting in the scale. This is the wiggle. Plug the index into the seed. Evolution. Yeah, evolution is gonna be the frame. Check the result. So yeah. Although with the wiggle, if we have too big of value, it goes. It's become too strange. So just a little bit of noise, and we have nice, kind of nice looking dancing text like that. And you can, because this is a random number, you can change the seed. Yeah, so like I said, it's more like a more colorful text effects today with animation nodes. What else can I show you? Maybe let's do something that's a little bit crazy. Let's go to Python console. Let's see if this actually works. Import this. Import this didn't work somehow. Normally it will output the Python kind of poem. Oh well, we're just gonna write our own text. If you have like a multi-lines text, you can write it first here in the text editor. Blender is cool, animation nodes is also cool, SquareTrap is cool, BLENDERSUSHI is cool, and then we could load these text blocks by using the nodes text block reader, and just grab the text and then plug it into that guy and then hit update. So yeah, so we got it. At the moment, actually the rainbow color is kind of the rainbow color only happens once. This is maybe the effect you want. This is really nice, I think. But if you have like, if you want the rainbow color to go multiple times, you can do it like this. Instead of using this crazy math, let's get rid of this and that and that. We will use something simple, which is just a mix float list. Let's delete the grease pencil. So mix float list, okay. Our plan is to make it so that the value goes from 0. Let me write it from 0 to 1, and then goes back to 0, goes back to 1. You can do that using what is it called? What is this? It's actually a loop, okay, not a ping pong is like that. With I think repeat time, you can do things like that. There's a loop and a ping pong. So we're gonna do that, but we're gonna use mix float list. So mix float list, float input, plug it into the float list. Don't worry about this node. It's gonna create a list of float number. from 0 to 1, just like that, and this node will take care of everything. I'm gonna show it to you with a debug drawer. Here, see, the value is 0, and if you have an increasing time frame goes from 0 to 1, it's gonna go up, and then it stops at 1, and we can repeat it. So now it's going from start again from 0. If the factor goes from 0 to 1, it's gonna go up to from 0 to 1 there, the results, and then go back and again and again and again. So that's we can just plug it in. 0 to 1 vector is going to be the frame or the index. Zero to 1 repeat, but we're going to multiply it with math 0.1. Okay, so that's can see the effects right there, and then we can further use frame to push the number, offset the number using frame, and I'm gonna just multiply this frame number. Of course, you can use also like a time delay, anything that will work for you. The color seems to be going backward. You can use -0.2, so it goes forward. -0.1. Yeah, so there we go. Pretty much. I won't add too much more like technical details. This is pretty much it. Actually, you can use noise. I haven't shown it to you. This is for the rainbow. If you want the noise, let's see. Noise is wiggle, and wiggle. We don't have color wiggle. I don't think. Color list, color input. We don't have color wiggle, but we have vector wiggle. With vector wiggle, let's do it. Is there a float wiggle? Number wiggle, actually number wiggle might work. So number wiggle, amplitude 1. And this might work. Number could go to the hue and plug the seed into the index, and frame goes into the evolutions, and that's a noise, color noise. But instead of doing it like that, you can also use the index plug into the seed. Index goes into the seed. No, wait. Index goes into the evolution. Then do the math thing again. Let's delete this. Index can goes in there. Time and So yeah, that's probably better. I was actually trying to do um, uh, like the colorations using noise, kind of. Yeah, but yeah, I guess that's gonna be a little bit complex if I'm trying to use like a texture and cloud, those kind of things. You know the drill. I guess you can use this color and then do the displace modifier and then controlling the color of this text. Well, I guess this is good enough. I mean, just a new techniques for you to play with. It's how you use animation nodes to create colorful text effects. Okay, next time I'm gonna show you a little bit more technical kind of a way to control the effects using a bounding box for each of the each characters. Yeah, okay, that's it for this live noding. Hope you like this colorful text effects. You can leave comments if you have questions or any suggestion. Feel free to subscribe and continue stay tuning into this channel. Thank you very much.